Let Governor Cuomo tell it. He was just being a loving Italian. Alright, so Governor Cuomo, after looking like he might put up a much stronger fight, he decided to call it quits and throw in the towel today. And he announced that he will be resigning in about 14 days. The lieutenant governor will take office. She was not a member of the Cuomo inner circle, but she will nonetheless become the first female governor of the state of New York. You know, it's ironic because we have the first ever female governor in the state of New York, and she got there because the current governor got embroiled in a sexual scandal. And, you know, prior to that, about a decade and a half ago, the first black governor was there because Elliot Spitzer, he got embroiled in a sexual scandal of his own. So the only two times the state of New York has had a minority or female governor has been as a result of an appointment due to sexual scandals. Now, the previous governor who took over, I forget his name now, it's been a while, he did not win re-election. I'm not even sure if he ran. I don't even remember. It's been a while. But it'll be interesting to see if she can, run. She seems to be a popular person. She knows the state very well. She's from Western New York. She's had roles all up and down the state, has relationships all up and down the state. So I'm hopeful that she can be a good governor for the remaining, 16 or so months of this term. And she can continue to move in the right direction, bringing New York closer and closer to a more perfect state, if you will. Now, as for Governor Cuomo and his resignation today, I think it's something that had to happen. I know there are people out there saying, all these Democrats, they eat their own. If it was a Republican, he would have been, well, maybe, but I think you have to do the right thing. It's no different than 50 years ago when Richard Nixon was pushed out by the then Republican Congress. I think, look, do I think what Cuomo did was the worst case of sexual misconduct? And well, no, I don't. I don't think he was holding women down and raping them. But if you're a person in position of leadership, you can't be sexually touching people, sending suggestive messages, or doing things that make people feel uncomfortable, especially around witnesses where that person can really feel embarrassed. You can go from a situation where the person doesn't feel that bad, but you do it in front of people, the person becomes embarrassed, and then you make it hard for that person to do their job. And look, there have been about 11 or so accusers. I don't know if any one of them are accusing the governor of any hard sexual assault, but nonetheless, if you're a person in position of leadership and you're inappropriately behaving that way, towards your staff or people around you, it's unacceptable, and the governor should have indeed been forced. I'm very proud that my home state was able to, even though it was all Democratic supermajority, they're able to get together and say, look, you know what? We're going to have to let you go, and we're going to have to push you out. I was a little bit disappointed in Minnesota when something similar happened to Al Franken. But even then, I think it sent the right message. Like, Al, I know the evidence looks a little shaky, but we got to hold the line here. We're trying to hold the moral high ground. And I'm very proud of the Democratic legislator up there in the state of New York. So, let Andrew Cuomo tell it. He was just being a loving Italian. Even today, he kept on repeating, he's doing this for the love. Governor Cuomo, I'm sure that's what you think. But if you're touching women's private parts in an elevator in front of witnesses, that's the wrong type of love to be displaying.